Alright, well, did you see it? No, not that. I'm already upset about that. I meant, did you see this? Now, I know what I saw, but I'm wondering if you saw the same thing. Alright, let's talk about it. Okay, in today's video, we're going to discuss something that is crucial whenever you're trying to build a hot rod, or, really anything, but in our world, it's mostly just hot rods, right? And that is being able to decipher information, okay? Being able to understand what you're looking at, right? Being able to take information given, deciphering what that information means, and being able to apply it to bettering whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. Okay? What does all that even mean, right? I already confused most of you. Well, let me give you an example. Take a look at this. Now, most of us, some of us maybe not so much, right? No judging, but majority of us probably was able to look at that, decipher the information given, and now we know what it is, right? I mean, we know clearly what that meant, right? Looked at it, deciphered it. Let's try it with this, though. I have no idea, right? I could stare at that thing for a week and still not have a better understanding of what it is I'm looking at than I did just looking at it now, right? I mean, it way over my head, right? Not being able to understand the information given to you, or being able to understand the information given to you if you understood what that was, right? But I have no idea. But how does that relate to cars? I showed you a clip earlier. Take another look at the clip again and really look at it. Okay, it's me doing a little mini burnout, little brake stand, and then just, what's there to analyze? What is there to really see? Well, lots of things, right? I'm going to try to show you exactly what they are. And forgive the audio quality. It's going to be a screen capture thing. It's technology, okay? And I'm not quite familiar with it yet, so bear with me for a minute. Okay, so here we are. Like I said, bear with me. Audio quality might not be great, but here's the car, right? There it goes. Now, I want you to take a close look at the exhaust. Look at it, look at it. Right there. Do you see that? What is that, you might be wondering? Well, that is the engine rocking in the engine bay on the rubber mounts. See? Now, you notice, back up, revving. Revving doesn't do it. It's only when it's under load. Now, why is that a bad thing? Well, take a look at the slapper bars. The yellow things there, take a look at them. What are they doing as soon as the engine starts turning? They're moving up. See? You can see that, right? They're moving up, pushing up on the body, pushing the wheels down. Well, the problem here is there are two different forces at play. The engine is trying to rotate itself, and it's also trying to rotate the tires, the axles, and everything else, right? Well, when you're splitting that load up, that's what you're doing. You're splitting the load up. See, you're using precious energy that could be going directly to the slapper bars, to the tires, and wasting it by lifting up that engine. Only in editing will I know how truly atrocious that segment was. But, it is what it is, YouTube, right? But yes, if you're allowing the engine to just flop around in the engine bay, that's wasting potential energy because that energy has to lift it. Also, weight transfer, right? If the engine is allowed to just free, flop around. While it's doing this, it is not lifting the front end. See, it should lift the driver's side front, planting the passenger side rear, which is the one that always loses traction. Well, you are losing potential weight transfer by allowing the engine just to flop around, see? So clearly those engine mounts are worn completely out, which, granted, I knew already, right? That's not news to me. It's over 50 years old, right? But, so you can either fix that with polyurethane mounts, solid motor mount, or what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a torque chain, a torque strap, chain. Just going to chain the block to the chassis, the body, making it so when the block wants to lift, it will lift up on the body instead of just teetering over, right? And I'll show you guys that. I have a video on it, but I'll show you guys that when I do it. That's number one thing I noticed. That's really the main thing. You know what? I noticed another thing too. Let's take another look. Okay, here we go. Take a look at this wheel. You notice anything right there? The tread goes all the way to the ends. But as you can clearly see, there is daylight under that, on the edges of that wheel. So we have too much tire pressure going on. Here's a better shot of that engine torque in there. So clearly, if you're not using the whole traction width of the tire, why even have that wide of a tire, right? I mean, that goes without saying. That's two things I noticed about that clip already. Number three, well, clearly obvious. I don't even need to show you guys the clip again for that. It does the fishtail, dog wagging tail thing, right? That is due to the brakes up front. You got to adjust the brakes because one is grabbing a little bit more than the other. In this case, probably the driver's side front is grabbing more than the passenger side front, and the passenger side front is allowing it to creep and canter out. Possibly, right? But, that is just clear as day. I mean, that's three things I've noticed about this clip already. Three detrimental things, right, that I gotta fix. And really, I mean, that's what you're looking for. But what went right with that clip? Well, you gotta look at the bad and the good at the same time, right? Well, clearly, both tires were spinning. A lot of people might not really realize just how significant that is. It's an open diff. And I preach that one to death, right? I know I do. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I feel like I mention that a lot. But it's, it's significant. It's an open differential. Both tires are spinning. That's good suspension tuning, if I do say so myself. Okay, but enough of that aside, right? That's what I mean. It's snowing out right now, right? Otherwise, I'd be in the car making a more interesting video. But this is interesting too. Well, not so much interesting maybe as important. You got to be able to look at something and gather the information from it, as much information from it as you can. Just that short little clip, and I've noticed several things about it. Is there anything you guys noticed about that clip that maybe I missed? Leave it down in the comments section. Well, that's it for now, and I'll catch you next time.